Wow, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to some blockbuster news. Things are moving very, very fast with Aston Villa. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Maatsen, apparently the deal has been agreed with Chelsea. Aston Villa and Chelsea, they've found an agreement and Aston Villa are now working on personal terms. Apparently, personal terms are also very close to being agreed. So Ian Maatsen is most likely moving to Aston Villa. That is going to be done and dusted very, very soon. We're going to get a here we go. We've already got the news from David Ornstein. We're just waiting now to see what happens in the next few hours, next couple of days. I think this is now progressing really nicely. Ian Maatsen will be leaving Chelsea Football Club. I was just wondering if Ian Maatsen's actually keen to go to Aston Villa. Looks like he might be. I think at the end of the day, what has happened with Borussia Dortmund is Borussia Dortmund did not want to pay that release clause of 35 million, which I felt was low enough anyway. But maybe they just don't, have that level of money, or they don't want to spend that level of money for Ian Maatsen, or maybe also Ian Maatsen doesn't fancy to be in Dortmund anymore, knowing that there is a new change, there is a new manager over there. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first big news. We're going to go into the detail of it soon. So, what does that mean for Chelsea Football Club? Are we now going for John Duran? Maybe. Apparently, the talks with John Duran might have stalled a little bit. However, there could be another mystery swap. Now, who could that mystery swap be? Apparently, Aston Villa wants to include, or maybe Chelsea want to include a player. They want a player. I don't know which way or the other. We're going to have a look at the news, but there may be a player swap involved with Ian Maatsen, but not necessarily John Duran, which I don't know. I find it strange. Who could we get? We're not going to get anyone above the age of 25. So we're going to go through the Aston Villa squad to figure out who could it be potentially that I feel we could get. Now, first up, let's get in on the news. There's a whole heap of news in regards to Olise as well. Ladies and gentlemen, before we do that, take a moment right now. Smash the like button right now. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Let's get to 34,000. Very, very close to 34,000. If you enjoy the channel, you like the discussions, the comments, the interactions, absolutely annihilate the like button and subscribe. If you've missed out on the earlier stream today, check it out where we talked about Samu Omorodion and John Duran as well. So check that stream out earlier on today. Let's get in on the act. First up, exclusive from David Ornstein. Aston Villa have agreed a deal with Chelsea to sign left-back Ian Maatsen. The fee is just north of the 35 million release clause, which is fantastic. I mean, look, I like Ian Maatsen. I wish he had a future at Chelsea Football Club, but the bottom line is it was never going to work out after what transpired last season. We need the pure profit as well. And plus, we know what recently Ian Maatsen's father also said about the new board, the ownership and whatnot, how he feels it's all about the money. And a lot of fans feel that way as well. So look, this is good. If we can get anywhere north of 35 million, not just the release clause, the word is somewhere between 35 to 40 million, which is coming from Nizar Kinsella. The fee Aston Villa will pay for Ian Maatsen will be between 35 to 40 million, which is fantastic. I mean, if we can land that, that would be sensational for a player who's just not in our plans, unfortunately. Personal terms are also in place on a 6-year contract, which Villa are working to finalize, coming from David Ornstein. Look, I think Aston Villa with Unai Emery, they'll really, really cherish having Ian Maatsen. Ian Maatsen is a very, very good player. Yeah, defensively, maybe he needs to work on a few things. I'm sure Unai Emery will get that sorted. Obviously, they've got Luka Dean and Moreno, I believe, and they might be on the older side of things. So Ian Maatsen, up-and-coming superstar, young, energetic, left-sided player. He can play anywhere on that left side, left wing, left wing back, left wing, and you can also utilize him through the middle as well. I reckon he's shown few of that qualities for Chelsea Football Club in the preseason last season. So they're getting themselves a very, very good player. So 6-year contract for Ian Maatsen is on the plate, and looks like he might agree to all of that. Chelsea and Aston Villa are discussing the possibility to include one player in the Ian Maatsen deal, currently not guaranteed to be John Duran. Now, this is coming from Fabrizio Romano. I don't know how it could be not John Duran. Like John Duran is someone who we are so heavily linked with, and he's apparently the striker that we want. Who else could it be from Aston Villa? Is it Emiliano Martinez, the goalkeeper? But we're keen to keep Sanchez. Apparently, Sanchez is our number one goalkeeper. Fabrizio Romano has reported that as well. We're going to have a look at the Aston Villa squad very, very soon. Just a few more information about this. Chelsea had discussed signing Villa striker John Duran as part of the swap deal, but have opted to sell Ian Maatsen in isolation. So Ian Maatsen, look, the swap situation never happens. From accounting point of view, it makes sense to do things separately because then you get the full value of the player. So Ian Maatsen is a separate transaction for roughly around 35 to 40 million, which goes straight into our books as pure profit. And then we're going to purchase someone from Aston Villa. Now, let's have a look. Before we talk about the Olise news, let's have a look at the Aston Villa squad. Let's go from the top. This is their current squad. Emiliano Martinez, 31, goalkeeper. We're not going to get a goalkeeper. Could we potentially get a younger goalkeeper? Maybe keep that in your mind. But why get more young goalkeepers? We do have Slolina as well. So I'm not really sure whether we're going to go for goalkeeper, right? I'm looking at players that are less than 25. I don't think we're going to go for any player above 25 here. Konza, centre-back, 26. Potentially because that's an outlier just outside of 25. We could potentially look into Erzi Konza if we are going to let go of another centre-back, which I think Chalobah is going to be let go of. Erzi Konza could be just on the borderline where maybe he's one that we're penciling down. So he could be one of the players, even though he's above 25, but he's just on the border. Definitely not Diego Carlos. Definitely not Tyrone Mings. Definitely not Longley. Callum Chambers, no. Courtney House, no. Alex Moreno, no way. Luka Dean, no way. Now, Lino Souza, left back, 19-year-old. Background from England and Portugal, apparently. We are keen on left back, so just keep your eyes open for this link if this comes up. Lino Souza, I've got no idea who he is. I've never seen this brother. But 19, left back. And left back is a particular position we're looking to bolster. Matty Cash, I don't think so. Right-sided player we're quite okay with. Right back, Kane, Kessler, Hayden could have been an option, 21, but I don't think we're looking for right backs anymore. We're quite sorted. Defensive midfielder, Boubacar Kamara, 24, is the right age, just below 25, but we are very sorted in midfield, so I don't think that's going to be the situation. Douglas Lewis is going to Juventus, with his girlfriend as well, so I don't think that is going to materialize. John McGinn will definitely not happen. Yuri Tillemans will not happen. Tim Irogunam, central midfielder, another midfielder, 20 years old, is the right age, but I don't think midfielder is what we're going for. I think this might be a big one. Jacob Ramsey, attacking midfielder, at the age of 23. Pencil this down as one of the prospects. He is ruled as injured. I don't know when he's coming back, on June 30th, so he's probably going to be back soon. Jacob Ramsey, I think, could be the player. I really do think it could be Jacob Ramsey. Nicolo Zaniolo, I don't think so. I think he's heading back to Italy. Morgan Rogers, left winger. Maybe, I've got no idea, but the age fits. Musa Diaby, 24, also the age fits, but that might be a bit expensive. I don't know how you do a swap deal with Musa Diaby where they're going to pay us 35 to 40 million. We want a player from them. Musa Diaby is going to cost a lot of money. Leon Bailey, I don't know. We're going for Olise. That's our number one target. So I don't think Leon Bailey on that right side is probably the player for us. Buendia, too old. Ollie Watkins is also too old, in my opinion. And John Duran. So for me, John Duran is the number one player, number one selection that Chelsea is looking for. Jacob Ramsey is the other option that I think could be a possibility. Or I think it's this left back, Lino Souza. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. These are the only ones that I can possibly think of that we could look at doing swap deals with. Now, let's talk about Michael Olise. Chelsea are front runners at the moment for Michael Olise, and they are pushing hard. Key days ahead, coming from Santi Iona. And he further goes on to say, Chelsea have already given the agreement to match the 60 million requested by Crystal Palace for Michael Olise, Man United does not wish to pay his clause coming from Santi Iona. Look, that will be a huge factor. If Man United don't want to pay his clause, I don't think Crystal Palace will entertain a move for Olise to Man United. I think Olise, deep down, I get the feeling he wants to come to Chelsea Football Club. He wants to stay in London, wants to come to Chelsea Football Club. His brother is already in their academy. There's a lot going for him at Chelsea. He knows Joe Shields, some of the Man City boys that we have in our club. French players, a plethora of them. I think he fancies coming to Chelsea Football Club. I think we are now negotiating that release clause. That release clause has 3 or 4 parts to it, where some part of that release clause will go to Olise, some part will go to Olise's previous club, Reading, some parts will obviously go to Crystal Palace, and so on and so forth. I think that is a stumbling block in this release clause, how to manage all of those fees and who's getting get what in that 60 million release clause. Is it going to be more for us? I don't know. Apparently, Chelsea don't want to pay more than 60 million. But it's that who is going to get how much is the big negotiation that is the stumbling block at the moment. But hopefully, Chelsea are well advanced than any other club in regards to that, and we can land Olise ASAP. Apparently, we are in a good position. So, look, for me, get Michael Olise, and this is a 10 out of 10 transfer window for me. Straight up, there is no doubts about that. Matt Law, I'm also told that Chelsea will do more deals for 2025, 2026. So a bit like Esteval, a bit like Kendry, I do think we'll see more deals aimed at 25, 26 as well. So whether they get a young centre-back aimed at 25, 26, I don't know. That's what I've been told to watch out for. So look, I think getting young centre-backs, that's... it's a risky thing, man. Like getting young attackers, you could potentially reap benefits from, but young defenders, the only one that I can think of recently is Kubasi of Barcelona, who looks, out of this world, and that is very rare. Centre backs generally, as they age, as they grow older, that's when they really develop and become the monster defenders that they can be. You barely see young top defenders, but you never know, man. You never know. You could land onto someone and potentially could turn into a superstar. But yeah, 2025, 2026, that is the model. We want to have more kids for the future. And yeah, everyone that we have right now will just keep on getting flipped for profit. So bring in more players for the future. The current ones, hopefully we can increase their value and they're going to be flipped for profit. This is the model. This is the model. Whether we like it or not, this is the model. Matt Law further goes on to say, I've been told a lot of players will go. Cassidy might go and David Dutro Fofana will go, whether on loan or permanent. I think they would accept bids for Cucurella. Whether they'd get any, I don't know. Maatsen will go. He's part of the Duran thing with Villa. I do think Chalobah will go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Or we're going to see players like Cassidy and David Dutro Fofana, who we recently bought under this new ownership. We're already looking to getting rid of them for profit. Most likely, we're going to get rid of them for profit. David Dutro Fofana, whatever we paid, I'm pretty sure we're going to end up getting a little bit more. Cassidy, whatever we paid, I'm pretty sure we're going to end up getting a little bit more. And the trend will continue like this down the track for players like Madueke and so on and so forth. So this is how Chelsea Football Club operates. Now, let's have a look at the latest, if there is any more latest news, just in case, so that we cover everything. Now, that's about it. Chelsea remaining talks to sign striker John Duran from Villa, but also have other targets in the position, including Atletico Madrid's Samuel Omar-Dion and Bournemouth's Dominic Solanke. Look, Dominic Solanke, I love it. I absolutely love him. I would love to see him at Chelsea Football Club. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The age is too much. The release clause is too much. It's just not going to happen. Chelsea will buy a player from Aston Villa. Discussions ongoing. So we're going to get a player from Aston Villa. I wonder who it is going to be. Let me know your thoughts, who you think it might be from Aston Villa, in the comment section. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for a live stream tomorrow. Until then, take care. See ya.